am I comfortable with like putting myself on these platforms for all of the thousands and millions of people to see for free? Like, is that like something that I'm okay with, like in my spirit? You know what I mean? It was more so that rather than like actually getting on set and like doing the thing, because at the end of the day, I do look at it as almost like a performance. Like I like describe it as like Miccy and Michaela is kind of like Hannah Montana and like Miley Cyrus. You know what I mean? Like I just like kind of like.
You know what? We about to take off.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Before We Take Off. As always, I am your host, Mufaro, and thank you for joining us for this is our season 1 finale episode. And today's guest is someone who moves through two very visible worlds, music and modeling, while continuing to carve out her own identity in both. Miccy is a singer and model whose journey speaks to creativity, confidence, self-expression, and the reality of being seen by the world. Miccy, welcome to the launch pad.
Whoa, that was an intro. Thank you so much. That was amazing.
These intros.
I'm like, wow. Good. Love that. Thank you so much. That was amazing.
Thank you for being here. How you doing?
I'm doing really great. I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a great little journey, and I'm still on the journey. So we keep it pushing.
Talk to us about the journey, but start us from the beginning. Who is
Oh my gosh,
Miccy?
in the beginning. From birth, or like what are we talking? Like
As early as you want to start.
damn. Okay, well, I was born in SA.
South Africa, not South Australia.
Yes, not South Australia. And then we moved over as my family. I've got my parents and then my younger sister. We moved over to New Zealand, and then we moved around a lot, and then eventually came over to Australia in Brisbane. And I went to school here, which was great. I went to a predominantly white school, so it was very different culturally compared to like South Africa and New Zealand.
But because how old were you when you moved?
From New Zealand?
South Africa?
From South Africa, I was 7.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was still quite young, but like had a little bit of an experience. You know what I mean? I'd been around, people that looked like me and whatnot. And then even going to New Zealand, like there's so many South Africans there. There's just like culturally, it's just a lot more diverse.
Yeah.
And then coming to Brisbane, and especially the area that like I grew up in, it was very, very white and just that. So it was a bit of an adjustment, and I did lean on my sister quite a lot for that, because it was literally just her and I. Like we were like the only like brown girls in our grades. So but that's okay. We move, and it definitely taught us a lot about like adaptation and being able to just like be in scenarios and just kind of go with the flow, and like meeting new people, and just like kind of fitting in and just gelling into where you need to be.
Yeah.
So and then did my high schooling here. I graduated in 2016. And then in and through high school, my whole life I've been dancing and singing like since I was a baby. My dad had these cassette tapes of Michael Jackson that he would put on for us like as like a 3-year-old, and I would just be like immersed in just like sitting there and just staring. Like that's what would stop my tantrums. He'd just put that on, and I just be in awe. And so I like danced and sung throughout school. And then in my final year of high school, I decided to take on doing a Bachelor of Pop Music at the Conservatorium, which I think is what I don't know if that's where we met. I was trying to think about it the other day.
I can't remember either. I think I knew of you, but I think we actually only met. I want to say it was like probably like Ralph or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we did some. It would have been after. It would have been after, because like you went to the one in Brisbane and I was down the Gold Coast. So
That's it.
we didn't really there wasn't any crossover until they moved the course over, like during COVID. But did pop music there, which was an amazing experience. Again, in that space, I was like one of the only like R&B girls. Like it was very singer-songwriter, full of like just very much that, which was fine. It's great because like, I really got to like, I guess in terms of the music side, like learn a little bit more about like how I wanted to, like my sound, I guess. It was kind of like my initial understanding of that.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so finished that. It was during COVID. So my last year was like online, which
Mm.
was just insane because the course was very like, you know, you're collaborating with artists in the studio and like it's a very collaborative thing. And to like have to do that like through a screen was just like very difficult. But
Yeah.
we moved, we persevered as everyone did. And then yeah, and I think that's how we met. I opened up a couple shows for you actually, I think. I like broke my foot for one of your you were supposed to play a show and I like broke my
Yes.
playing.
And you broke
Yeah.
your foot. You broke your foot. And you know what? I think a part of me was touched. I was like, man, that's a lame ass excuse to not do this gig. Broken foot. I did a show with a broken ankle. We had a great time. Nah,
I
but
was like, because I'd never broken a bone in my body. Like that was like my
yeah,
like it was like I've never been stung by a bee and I
yeah,
have never broken a bone in my body. And then I broke my pinky toe out of all bones.
yeah,
And yeah, it was like a whole thing. But then yeah. And then we did that. We did that. We did a couple shows together. We did like 2 shows together, I'm pretty sure.
yeah. It's man, to be honest, I don't even remember a lot of that time, which is crazy. But in saying that, like I think when you think of like the music landscape, especially in Brisbane that time,
Yeah.
R&B, it
Yeah.
was you, it
Yeah.
was me, Jamie Rose,
Yeah.
like there weren't a lot of us. There weren't a lot of us. We somehow had the monopoly of the R&B scene and it still didn't really take off in Brisbane. And I mean, maybe now it is. I'm not on the ground anymore, but
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely feel like now that the thing is though is with Brisbane in general, there's always been talent. Like there has
yeah.
always been talent. There are venues, but I guess it's not even just I guess just within the genre. I think it's just the entire space in general is just like there's no shine on the city yet. And I
Yeah.
think it's on the come up for sure. Like there's mad talent. Like there's so much like in all genres.
Yeah.
But I think that like most Brisbane artists eventually end up moving to Sydney or Melbourne. Like it just is the way that it happens, unfortunately, which is like, you know, I have a bunch of friends that are always like, you know, I really want to be here to like have that be, you know, have my mark on the city or whatever. But like I
Yeah.
just there's no shine on it. There's not enough funding for it. There's just like, yeah, it's just dead, unfortunately. But there is talent.
Yeah.
Sure. That's the one thing.
It's always interesting, like, when I think about it and, like, sometimes I break down my time in Brisbane, especially in the music scene. I was like, "Man, I was a very big fish in a small pond." And then I moved to Melbourne, and I'm the same size fish,
Yeah.
but I'm in an ocean. And
Yeah.
it's like, it's a crazy change, and it's a crazy kinda step up, and everyone here in Melbourne is so talented. So
Mm,
it took me 5 years of living here to put on my first show, and that was last year. Like, that's crazy.
crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it would be a little bit daunting too because like, you know, it's like you're so used to being in your little world and knowing the people that you know and like doing the thing that you do and then obviously being thrown into a different completely different scene where if everyone's as good as you are, not there's comparison, it's all subjective or whatever, but like, you know, everyone is as talented or works as quick as you or, you know, is booking things, it's like can be quite daunting. But like I think what's cool about I guess, a lot of the artists that are coming out now is like people are a lot more confident as well,
Yeah.
and people are down to collab. That was also another thing that was like not a thing. Like I think we did together, but we never actually got into the studio together.
No.
Like people are like, and still to this day are a little bit like that. They're a little bit like protective of like
Mm.
collaboration, and I actually think that that is what would take everyone to the next level is if we actually just got into the studio all together. Like why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, especially in the R&B scene, like, we need it. Like, it's
There's a lot of gatekeeping, and
absolutely.
I think part of that is because of, we've already talked about how small the scene is, and so, like, everyone's kinda like, I ain't trying to give away all my secrets, you know? And
What secrets?
right? For me, the best thing was kinda having you guys on stage, having, like, Jamie Rose, having I would tap into, like, the hip hop market and have some rappers up, like, we did that show with Caleb
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Like, like, how fire is that? Like,
Yeah.
and then kinda having, I guess, all of our fan bases, all the people who support us and all of that kinda just there, like, it's fantastic.
Which is crazy because even now, like, with Kay, right? Like, we met back then, And now
Mm,
he's had like a full rebrand and is doing the whole thing. And now we're working in this, like we've been doing like a couple
yeah,
songs and stuff. Like it's so crazy that like it also takes time to
yeah,
like flow into your like, your sound. And like for me specifically, like I've been on a little bit of a journey with the music, which like,
yeah.
you know, but it's like it takes time and like that's okay. And I think like obviously there's like this underlying like unspoken pressure that everyone
Mm,
puts on themselves as human beings to like do the damn thing, which is like you've just got to like continually check in with yourself and reflect and like just see the growth because that's like what we are. We're growing people, we're growing beings, and like the biggest thing is like experience and like even doing something like this. Like I'm so glad that like we've still kept in contact and like still get to do something like this. It's like so sick.
yeah.
So thank you.
You're speaking the gospel. You're
Oh
speaking it. Love that.
no.
So what first drew you to the creative world? Like, was it the music? Was it the performance? What was it?
It's definitely been the performance element, like lights, camera, action. Like I love the whole dance, sing, stage, just the process as well. Like being in rehearsal to then performing and then like seeing people's responses and like I've just always really been drawn to the show of it all,
Yeah.
regardless
Yeah.
of like what sort of you know how that may come across. Um, and then, yeah, so I started doing theater, like, in school. So we did, like, musicals that I played Effie White and Dreamgirls, if anyone knows what that is. But, like, so I started very young doing that, and then I did, like, a bunch of dance groups, like, I was in hip hop and ballet and jazz and contemporary. So I was always, like, on stage. I just loved being on stage. And then, like I said, it wasn't until like uni that I like got to like I guess do that for myself because I was obviously doing a lot of covers and like singing other people's songs, and I was just like, oh, I wonder if I could like actually make my own music. Like, I wonder what that would look like for me because I was going to go to school for theater. I had like audition for like I had audition for like VCA in Melbourne and also the con for MT. And I was, like, kinda set on that. I was like, "There's no way I can, like, do contemporary music. Like, what even is that?" Like, I don't even know. I hadn't really explored that. So, yeah, I was, like, super but the thing is with me is, like, the acting element of it all is, like, me learning lines is a whole different story. Like, I don't know if I
Yeah.
but anyway, that's a whole different thing. So, yeah, so I guess, like, yeah, my draw to, like, just being on stage has just always been, like, being able to just, like, turn it on and turn it off. It's just, like, I just find that just I don't know, just something about it. It's just interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it's a rush. It's a rush. And
Yeah.
I think like I've always every time I go on stage, we have a little moment with me and the band and everything. And then the last thing I always say to them is see you on the other side. Cause like I don't remember what happens on stage.
Yeah.
I remember the feeling I have right before I go on and the
Mm,
feeling I have as soon as I get off.
mm,
And there'll be moments in time where I'll be like, oh, there's this thing that happened during this song and it was dope. But unless I see all the videos, I don't remember what happened. And that's because I'm just so in the moment. And I'm kind of like, I'm trying to on purpose not be so
mm.
into like, what am I doing? How am I stepping? How am I moving? Because I'm like, I'm just enjoying this moment right now.
For real. For real, and it's like it's a feeling really that you can't really explain to because it's like, obviously, like, the performance element and, like, making sure that you, like, hit your notes and hit your cue,
Yeah.
like, everyone's, got the timing right and they remember what song is next or, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like you that is, like but that all comes down to preparation, right? Like, if you've done your rehearsals, if you've done you trust your band, you trust who you're working with, like, that shouldn't really be something that you're necessarily worry about, but it is truly something like a feeling that you can't explain. Like once you get off the stage, that feeling of like, yeah, I did the damn thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like making people feel something and like the relatability of that, like having someone walk away from it and like taking something from that. Like that is what is like, I think even for me, like is like what makes me, I guess, want to keep doing this as well is
Yeah.
having someone be like, "Yo, that, like, really touched me in a way that has never really" you know what I mean? Like, it's nice. It's like it makes you feel like you've done something for someone or, like yeah,
For
just
sure.
in a different way. Yeah.
For sure. I mean, do you remember like the moment where you realize like, yeah, this could be something serious and not just a passion?
I feel like I'm constantly in that place of, like checking myself and being like, because I get quiet in my head about like, is this what it is for me? Right. And like continually having to remind myself of like, I love this so much and this fills me. And
Yeah.
like, I don't get a feeling like this from anything else that I do. So like, that is what kind of keeps me going, I guess.
Yeah.
But like a moment, I guess, I don't know. Like, I think, hmm, with the music, I feel like being in the studio is like my safe space. And I never really thought of it like that too, because being on stage was also like something that I really loved. But being back in the studio the last like year or two has seriously been like the most amazing thing and best decision that I ever did make, because I like for a while I kind of like stopped the music thing
Yeah.
and didn't really know in terms of direction and sound and like what I wanted to do, how I wanted to sound, how I wanted to like brand myself as an artist, because it's so saturated and there's just like so much going on and you're constantly comparing yourself to all these people and things and like it's just a lot. So I was just like, oh man, like I really do love singing and I really love making music, but like I don't know if I want to really do the whole artist thing. Like I don't really know if that's like for me.
Right.
So I kind of had this moment where I was like, you know what, think I just need to strip it back and just make the music. Just simply make the music and go from there, rather than trying to think 20,000 steps ahead of like how you're going to market this and what's this going to do and what's that going to do. Like just actually create the music and go from. And it's also like super relationship based, right? Like working with people that get you and like
Yeah.
working with people that support you and want to be there and like are just as excited as you are about whatever you're doing. Like I think that that's like so important, and finding those people as well, which
Yes.
was a mission, but I fear we may have reached something. We'll see.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's a very key thing that you've said right there is like working with people who want to be there, who are excited to work with you. Cause like I've definitely had moments where people, you know, they're almost like, "Oh, I'm just here to collect a check," or like, "I'm just here because someone asked me to be here," or back in
Transaction.
uni, it's, I'm here for the course credit," or like whatever, like, you know? But then once you lock into that group of people who are just as excited about what you're doing as you are, especially when like and it's hard because, you know, you're the one in front, you know? It's your name on the poster, it's your face on the video, like, it's all of that. You're the one in front, so, like, you really have to find people who are like, "Yeah, I believe in Mickey. I believe in this artist as much as they believe in themselves, and so, like, I'm here for the ride." And yeah, you're right in the terms of it's key to find those people.
Absolutely, and those are the people as well when you are, like, doubting yourself that are, like, keeping you accountable too. Like, there's
Yeah,
been so many conversations that I've had, like, with, like, Wyatt, who I'm working with at the moment, and he's like, "Nah, Mickey," like, I'll be like, "Oh, nah, like, we'll just do it, you know, another time," or we'll he's like, "No, we gotta be on." Like, you know what I mean? He
yeah,
have that, like, accountability to it too, because it is easy to just be like, "Oh, actually, it's too hard." And, like, I'm, like, nowhere yet, you know what I mean? Or, like,
yeah,
nowhere where, like, I hope to be one day,
yeah,
but I just think it's so important that who you surround yourself with, like, literally tell me your 3 best friends and I'll tell you your future, you know what I mean? Like, surrounding
yeah.
yourself with the right people is, like, so important, like, so, so, so important.
Yo, and one thing about YS is he will never let you lack.
Nah, 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 nah.
He will never let you slow down. You're only tired when he's tired.
Exactly. And he'd be having naps in the studio. Like this one time, he we were working on this track and he was like, "Yo, I'm like pretty tired, but like I want to keep going." And I was like, "No, we can call it. Like it's all good. That we'll do, you know, we can come back next week, whatever, whatever." He's like, "Nah, I really want to keep working. Give me 30 minutes. Give me 30 minutes." I said, "What?" He's like, "I'm just gonna post on the couch." I said, "What?" He fully had a
Yeah.
nap and then woke up and was ready to go again. So respect that, to be honest, because
Love that man, man. I love that man.
he's amazing. Amazing.
So, how would you how would you describe yourself as an artist to, you know, someone who's hearing your music for the very first time?
This is a good question. Great questions. I think I don't really wanna limit myself to genre. I think we all know this now, like, we're in 2026, genre is not really a limitation anymore. As much as we say, you know, we're R&B and we're rappers or we're, you know, whatever. But I really like to think of my sound, I guess, or who I am as an artist as kind of like a fusion of a bunch of things, because I think, like, inspiration can be pulled from so many different things. Like, you watch a video, you watch a film, you watch, you see something, you hear something, inspiration can be pulled from anything, right? So I think for me, it's just like a fusion of a bunch of things that I just like love. So I'm like super like I love the 90s, I love the 2000s, like that sort of sound in R&B, but then I'm also like loving Afro at the moment. And honestly, it's just depending on the vibe that I'm on in the studio or whatever we're doing that I just kind of go from there. Um, but 3 words to describe me, um, I would say like this is hard. Maybe like passionate, a bit silly. Like I don't I'm like trying not to take myself too seriously. Like I'm trying to have fun with it. Like I don't want to come across as this like, you know, mysterious who are you, but just like how I'm branding myself online to just like show a little bit more of my personality and be a bit more vulnerable in that space.
Yeah.
I'm going on tangents just so you know I do this. But
Keep going.
yeah, so I'd say like passionate, a bit silly, and what's another word? I don't know. Um Batty. I don't know. Like, I don't just have some fun, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not trying to take it too seriously, like, I just wanna have fun. That's, like, the main thing.
When you make the music, what's first for you? Is the
Process?
like, is it the lyrics? Is it the melody? Is it the story? Like, what is it?
I feel like it's definitely for me, it's definitely melodies. So, like, we'll get in YS will probably be like, "What sort of vibe are you on?" And then I'll be like, "This sort of vibe." Sometimes I'll come into the session with, like, something that I've already, like, kind of written or I've, like, something's prompted, like, someone said something and I've just, like, written like, everything I write down in my notes or I, like, voice
Yeah.
stuff. So, like, even if I'm in the car or whatever and I like, a melody will pop in my head, I'll just, like, voice note it in my phone and then, like, go through it in the studio or whatever. And then same thing, if, like, someone says something that's, like, inspired something or I've written something down or I've talked about my feelings in a certain way, I, like to have it written down so that I can always pull from it in, like, in the studio. Or I might just be feeling some type of way in the actual session, and then that's poured into the song. But a lot of the time, it's just like he'll get on the keys, he'll start playing something, he'll get some drums going or whatever, and then I just kinda, like, make up some melodies, and then we'll track that, and then we'll put the words to the melodies, and then we just keep layering and layering and layering as the song progresses.
Dope.
Yeah.
Just stay building.
Yeah, and we also love visuals too, like, I love to have, like I'll, like, pop up, like, my laptop or whatever, and we'll play, like, some, like, old school, like, 2000s videos or, like, just whatever. Because I feel like pulling on visuals sometimes it, like, kinda sets up, like, the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But everyone's different, everyone's process is so different, and I love working with other artists as well to, like, see what their process is as well. Because I like yeah, it's kinda like tips and tricks a little bit, you know? Because everyone's so different.
True. Yeah, and you kinda you'll find yourself tweaking, very various nuances of how you work depending on who you're working with. Like, that's the best part of it. I think that's the best part of music and creativity is, like, just that fluidity of how we work.
Absolutely.
What parts of you do you think come through most honestly in song?
Wow, these are really good questions.
Girl?
I think, I think I've just really been enjoying, like, the vulnerability side of it
Yeah,
and reaching that with, like, the melodies as well, and not being like, not being shy to, like, try something different.
yeah,
Like, again, with what I was saying about, like, the genre thing, right? Like, there's actually no rules. You
yeah,
can actually do what you want. Like, it's actually your song or your songs, your production or whoever you're working with, you know what I mean? Like, there's actually no rules. You can actually do whatever you want, and there's no right way to do it. So, I think going in it with that mindset, it's like, if you're approaching the music or the songs or the stories or whatever you're doing with, like, the most authenticity that you can and being super genuine and being, like, down for the ride, I feel like that translates. And just remembering to not take it so like, it's not that deep, like, it's not that serious. Like, nothing
yeah,
is as deep as until it is, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
just having fun and, like, enjoying the process as well, like so, yeah, I feel like for me, I guess, yeah, it's just, like, just trying to be as authentic as I can be in the sound and what I'm saying as well, and, like, being relatable, I guess, like, just saying things for how they are.
for sure. And I mean, on that topic of vulnerability, I do wanna talk about, your pivot to I don't know, is it a pivot or was it you just picking up something different? But, like, obviously you went into the modeling space and yeah, like, tell me, like, how did you what kinda took you there? What brought you there?
It's actually crazy because I like, a lot of the models that are signed with our agency as well. We had this conversation so many times, but I never thought I would be a model. That was not like, I wasn't like, I want to be like Tyra Banks and walk runways and do the whole thing. Went in for a meeting with my agency now, and they're the only agency I've ever been with, and they're amazing. I absolutely love them. But to be honest, the whole reason at the time for me getting into the modeling was so I could get a little bit more comfortable on camera. And then I remember my first shoot that I booked, it was a campaign for Cotton On Body.
Mhm.
And I was like, "What even is this world?" Like, I've
Yeah.
never done anything like this. It also, like, allowed me to, like, embrace, like, who I look like, what I look like, and, like, I shot with my hair curly for the first time, which, like, never was a thing for me. Like, during high school, I would always straighten my hair. I would always, like,
Yeah.
there was a lot of, like, identity things that I found from, like, through modeling. Like, yeah, it's honestly been an insane journey, to be honest. But yeah, my first job was with Cotton On Body, and then pretty much from there, it's been about like 3, 4 years now that I've just like done the shoots and done the things of the
Yeah.
modeling world, which is insane. It's been crazy, to be honest. It's been
Like,
crazy.
have you felt any kind of pressure to maintain a certain image in the modeling space, but also trying to remain true to yourself as a musician?
Absolutely. Absolutely, and that's what I was even saying. Like, I kinda stopped the music stuff because
Right.
I picked up, like, doing social media as well, not just, like, the modeling stuff. So I was doing a lot of social media and working with brands and collaborating with brands. Like, a brand would hit me up to, like, which is amazing, and it's like this world is, I'm so, like, so grateful that I
Right.
was, like, allowed the opportunity to even be representing people that look like me too, because, like, as a 12, 13-year-old going online and looking for clothes or whatever, like, there was no one that, like, looked like me at the time. And, like, signing with my agency at the moment, like, they're super, like, focused on, like, diversity and making sure that, that we're representing people of all ethnicities, of all abilities, and it's like, that really resonated with me because it's so true, like, especially living in Australia, right? Like, you don't really,
Yeah.
it's not a common thing to, like, go on a website and see a brown girl or a black girl or a,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just not a thing, of someone with a different size body than, the regular standard,
For
like,
sure.
so it's been really cool to, like, being given that platform, I guess, and that space to, like, represent.
What has, like, your journey with confidence kinda looked like? Because, both modeling and music, these are both industries where people are just always watching and judging. So, like, I'm sure there's been times where it's felt low, and yeah, what's that been like?
Oh, yeah, for real, that's some real talk. You know what, I love my family, and I'm very grateful for my family because they really have instilled, do not give a about what people think, you know what I'm saying? So, obviously it's a battle of, like, someone's commenting on what your body looks like, and then now you're hyper fixated on that one thing, or someone's, you've had a bad day and you didn't, you know what I mean? Like, there's just, like, so many nitpicky things that people can have things to say about, but also at the same time, I always try and remind myself that this isn't about me. I'm not this it's not it's their own issue, like,
Yeah.
I'm here to do a job, and at the end of the day, you would do a tool for a check, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here doing this, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, why do you feel the need to have something to say about something that has actually nothing to do with you, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of what's kept me going, but I definitely have had a ton of, like, confidence issues, and, like, I'm super introverted, so, like, it's a lot, like, meeting new people all the time and, like, yeah, having to put yourself out there as well, and also, like, a lot of the time, people aren't getting to know you as a person, they're just getting to see your face,
Yeah.
and that's it. They don't actually know you.
Yeah.
That's what's been, like, especially in this, like, kind of period now where I'm at, is just, like, that transition of, like, having people actually getting to know who you are rather than just what service, I guess, you have to offer.
For sure. And, like, you talked about you got into modeling to kinda get, over the camera shyness of it all. What point did you kind of lock into modeling? Because, like, did you expect you'd be doing this 3, 4 years later, or
No. Oh, definitely not. I feel like I've also always had this thing of, like, and I think it came from, like, me being really young, of, like, when you're on, you're on. Like, when the
Yeah.
camera's on, you're on, like, so locking into that sort of space wasn't necessarily, like, a challenge for me. It's more so, like, the aftermath of it, of, like, that I perform the way I wanted to, or, like, are these images like, you know, or working with certain brands, like, is this how I would like to represent myself? Like, am I comfortable with like putting myself on these platforms for all
Yeah.
of the thousands and millions of people to see for
Yeah.
free? Like, is that like something that I'm okay with, like in my spirit? You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was more so that rather than like actually getting on set and like doing the thing, because at the end of the day I do look at it as almost like a performance. Like I like describe it as like Mickey and Michaela is kind of like Hannah Montana and like Miley Cyrus. You know what I mean? Like I just like kind of like it's on type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, given how, let's say, visual modeling is and given how vulnerable music can be, like, which one feels more personal to you?
Music.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Because I think like music for me it's at least your thoughts. It's your thoughts and your feelings, and like they're both art forms in themselves.
Yeah.
But I think that in terms of vulnerability, for me at least, I definitely find being myself more in music than I
Yeah.
do modeling. I enjoy modeling and I love the vibe and the confidence it's given me and the people that I've met. Oh my God, I've met some amazing people,
Yeah.
but I definitely feel more inclined with music and I feel more myself when I
Yeah.
am making music and when I am doing the music. Yeah.
For sure. For sure. Has like has modeling now opened any doors for you musically? Because like I do remember, I think it was maybe a couple of years ago, you had like it was on Instagram. You had a runway show and you were singing, and I was like, "Yep."
We merge the worlds.
I was like, "Yep." Because when you got into modeling and I kinda noticed that the music had died down a little bit, I was like, "Okay, like, I wonder when are these worlds going to merge? Because surely." And
Yeah.
then I saw that video and I was like, "Yeah, she's got it."
Yeah, that was a really cool opportunity actually. One of my friends, she had launched like a new swim brand and she was like, she'd known me through music as well. And she was like, did you want to perform?
Yeah,
And she was like, and you're walking as well. And I said, period. Yeah. Yeah. Like, but yeah, there is a really, which is like really cool. And like most art, you know, spaces, there is a like a clear, like quite a great crossover. Like you can really be a model and do music and you can, and like, especially in this day and age now, like content creation and doing all of that, like as an artist, like you almost have to be able to do that, you know?
yeah,
I feel like, and I've had conversations with a lot of my friends about like, I feel like I've kind of done it the other way around. Like I've done the content creation and then I'm still like learning and doing all of that while trying to transition and do the music. Like it's
yeah,
a very interesting merge, but um I'm still working on the whole merging it completely. But I
yeah,
do think that with modeling, it has allowed me to like meet a lot of different people and like certain opportunities have come up where I've been able to perform or, you know, the worlds do really collide, which is really cool.
yeah, and I think, like, the cool thing for you in this instance is you've now like, you've touched on, you've built a network,
Yeah.
and you don't have to keep that network in those individual spaces. Like you said, you got photographers that you can now work with on your music things and all of that. So yeah, that's really
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah. And everyone is amazing. Like
Yeah.
everyone is like always down. So it's like, yeah, it's really cool.
And it definitely, like, like we said before, it's important to find good people around you. And it definitely sounds like you have.
You know.
So you mentioned before, you're a bit of an introvert. What's something people, might assume about you from the outside that doesn't really tell a full story?
I really, like, think people don't think I'm, like, silly. Like, I'm a big weirdo. Like, I'm so weird.
Big old goof.
Like, I think that, like, if you go on my Instagram or, like, if you just, like, maybe met me, like, you know, for, like, 5, 10 minutes, you might just be like I even had this conversation with Wise the other day, and he was like, "Damn, like, you're a softie, and, like, you're weird." And I was like, "Yeah, bro." Like, I don't he's like, "Yeah, Mickey, but you always come across like you've got your shit together and you're this and the that." And I said, "No. Like, I'm a weirdo." Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that, like, perception is such an interesting thing, and, like, you know, they say, like, a picture can tell 1,000 words, but, like, I don't really think that. Like, I think that there's so much depth to, like, even something like this, right? Like, thank you like, you've allowed me a platform to, like, actually, like, showcase, I guess, like, my thoughts and my opinions and, like, you know,
Yeah.
there's so much more to just, like, a photo. you know? And I think, yeah, perception is such an interesting thing because I am truly a weirdo. Like, I'm
We love that. We love that. And yes, this is the space. This is the safe space for
yeah,
people to come out and show us who they are. So like, yeah, I love that.
yeah.
You spoke about this transition back into the music thing. Like, do you think is this an unpause for you? Is this a complete restart? Do you think you're gonna have to work a little harder? Like, what's your mindset kind of tapping back into music right now?
We're always working harder, but I think, yeah, it's definitely hitting the reset button for me because even with my last releases, I haven't released a song, 2 years ago now. It's been since my last single,
Yeah.
and I think in the space and time that I was at in my life personally, I didn't have the drive or, like, the ambition to, like, be consistent. And
Right.
in this space that we're in, that is, like, the key to everything is being consistent. No matter whether or not you think the song's good or not, like, it's always gonna be subjective. People are always gonna have their opinions. But if you love it and you vibe with it and it aligns with you and who you are, then why not put it out into the world, right?
Yeah.
So I think my mindset, I guess the last, like, year that I've been working on the new stuff is, like, just consistency.
Yeah.
Putting things out that align with me, that I love, and when I look back on it in 10 years' time, 20 years' time, or when I'm playing it for my kids one day, then I'm gonna be like, "Yeah." Like, I'm proud of that, you know? Like, I'm not pouring into spaces or, like, I'm not in a rush either. Like, I'm taking my time and I'm enjoying the process because, like, who knows what can happen, and yeah, I'm just trying to do it for the right reasons too. Like it's not about me, you know, it's about the music and it's about the art and it's about the people that are working on it. And um yeah, I feel very excited for the next little time because I just been my big word has been consistency.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Being active online, you know, filming the things that you don't wanna film, recording the things that you don't wanna record. I, like, made this, like I'm not, like, super on, like, New Year's resolutions or anything like that, but I made this mood board that is, like, my desktop on my laptop, like, the desktop
Yeah.
wallpaper and also on my phone, and
Yeah.
it's like a collage of different, like, things that I, like, find inspiration from, like, whether it's, like, hair or, like, whatever, and there was this thing that was just like, "Just film it." Regardless of what it is, just film it because you
Yeah.
don't know what you know what I mean? And in general, like, capture the moments, capture the just yeah. So,
For
I don't know
sure.
if I was going on a tangent with that, but here we are.
No, I love this. I love this. I love everything you're saying. And like in in that moment 2 years ago when you released music, how did that sort of feel? And then it's been 2 years. Like, have you had moments where you're like, maybe the music thing is done?
Many times, still to this day. When I listen to demos, I'm like, "Oh, do I really wanna pull this out? Am I gonna put this out?" I don't know, there's just like there's a space for it too. I don't know, I'm just like, regardless of what people think, if they like it, if they don't like it, it's not I'm not necessarily putting it out there for people to, I don't know, like, not like or not like, I don't know, I think it's just, like, it's about expression. It's about just getting what you wanna create in any space, just sharing it. Because if
Yeah.
you hold that as well, and this is another thing, is, like, a lot of the songs that I had written, had for a while, and I'd listen back, which most artists do, like, listen back for years and years and years and years, and then eventually, like, you've heard it so many times, you get sick of it. But, like, to someone else, it's completely new. They've never heard it. They don't know who you are. They don't, you know what I mean? So, like,
Yeah.
you're here being like, "Oh, yeah, I'm done with this now." That's, like, your moment to kind of, like, let it go and let it be
Yeah.
in the world and let it do its thing, you know? And also just, like, not being so fixated on the response
Yeah.
because they're gonna move on to the next thing in 30 seconds. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, people's attention spans are so, like, non-existent. So
For sure.
they either love it or or they don't. And, like, being okay with if they don't, because that's just what it is, you know?
So what are you learning about yourself in this current season of life?
Um, I'm definitely learning to, like, trust my opinion a little bit more
Yeah.
and being a bit more, distinctive on what I like and what I don't like, and my own gut. And just because someone else doesn't like something or just because someone said this about this doesn't mean that it's like wrong or right. And like being okay with like making mistakes
Yeah.
and doing and like having different seasons of like, yeah, I was like this version of me at this time of my life and I've learned this and I can pull on this for inspiration. And then now I'm here and like being okay with like moving through that.
Mm,
But like, yeah, definitely like just being honest and trusting my gut as
yeah.
as cheesy as it sounds. Yeah, because I feel like I've always second guessed that. I'm a big overthinker. Like,
Mm,
I'm always thinking, and sometimes we need to shut that out and just do.
yeah. For real. And so, like, looking back, what do you think? What do you think baby Mickey is most proud of right now?
Oh, that's a cute question. That's a really cute question. Oh, that's so sweet. That's such a cute question. I don't know. I just think like, yeah, I think like the biggest thing is like I don't want to lose joy in it. Lose the fun aspect of it and, like, not love and the minute I stop loving it is, like, it's time to do something else. Because or not even something else, but just, like, have a reflection on what's going on because from a little girl, that is all I've ever wanted is to be, is to do the stage thing and be on and dance and sing and whoever it was for, whether it's for like my parents and like me and my sister would put on like little shows and like we were like obsessed with like Black Eyed Peas, so we would like do all these dance routines and like do a whole you know what I mean? Like we were always
Yeah.
doing that and like that was just so much fun for us. So I think like, yeah, just like I think she would just be like, keep enjoying what you're doing
Yeah.
and don't, like, lose that, and I've got this tattoo on my neck, and it says "Never grow up." So, like, just keeping that, like, childlike energy and, like, fun aspect of it and not
Yeah.
losing. Yeah.
For sure.
Well, that was a sweet question. Oh, I got a bit like, "Oh."
I was trying to see if I can make you cry. It didn't work.
You nearly did, to be honest. I did get a little bit mushy, and then I was like, "Oh, rein it rein it in."
It would have made a great clip.
Oh my gosh. Not you clickbaiting it. That's iconic.
Um, so on the flip side, like looking forward, and you're in this new era of Mickey that's coming,
Talk
you
to him.
know? And I know you said you don't kind of make music for people to feel a certain way about it. This is kind of just your expression, and I love that. But what do you hope people, I guess, feel, understand, or connect with when they experience this new era that's coming?
Look, I just hope they feel something, whether it's sadness, happiness, they relate to
Yeah.
whatever I'm doing visually, sonically, in some of the things that I'm saying. Art is subjective and I'm never, mad or sad or glad or have any types of feelings about how someone else perceives something because it's their opinions and what they like and don't like. But
Yeah,
I guess I do hope that someone just feels something from it. Like,
for sure.
whatever it is, whether it's a good emotion or a bad emotion, I just want you to, like, bring back feeling, you know? Yeah, that's, like, the main thing, I guess.
And that's what music should be. That's what art should be. And girl, I've been knowing you 7, 8 years.
Crazy.
Proud of the work you're doing, man. And like you're doing such great stuff. And I honestly cannot wait to hear all of the amazing stuff that you've got working in and cooking in the kitchen. And I hope one day that we can work on something?
Absolutely. I'm so down. I literally said that to you the other day. I said, "We need to get into the studio."
We
For
do.
real.
We do. And I can't wait for this new season of yours to kind of premiere and for people to see who you are. And I mean, they've been seeing, but like, yeah, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for us to experience it as well.
Yo, thank you. I appreciate that so much, like, really, truly, and I'm, like it's like I said at the beginning, like, it's actually crazy that we're at this point now where we have known each other for, like, what, 7, 8 years.
Yeah,
And being along that journey and still supporting each other in different stages of each other's lives, like, it's very special, and I'm very grateful,
for
and
sure.
till
Hey,
then,
man,
on the other side, my guy.
see you on the other side. That's for real. And you know what? When you win that Grammy, or when you're walking Victoria's Secret, like, I'm trying to be there. So, like, don't forget it, brother.
I got you. I got you. I
All right,
got
Mickey, we're gonna play a little game of rapid fire. I play this game with every
you.
guest who is on before we take off, and it's the same 3 questions every time. Are you ready?
I am ready. I love a game. Give it to
Now, I say it's a game, but they're very deep questions, so maybe it shouldn't be a game. But anyway, I'm just gonna ask you 3 questions. I don't want you to think about it. Just tell
okay.
me what comes to mind.
No thoughts.
What is one thing you would do again?
Skydiving.
Okay, first of all, you you are the quickest person to answer that question. So, props to you. But yeah, skydiving, that's dope.
yeah.
That's dope.
It's truly a feeling that I've never felt before, and that's probably why I would do it again. I would need to do it with someone that, like, hasn't done it
Yeah.
because but, like, you're falling out of the sky at 200 kilometers an hour, like, do you know what I mean? You've got no control of anything. The world you just see the world, like, so different. Like, it's just an insane feeling. Like, I say this to everyone. Everyone should do it at least once in their life. Absolutely.
Okay.
Hands down.
Skydiving. Dope. What's one thing you'd never do again?
God. Oh, no. I
Gotcha.
don't know. I don't know. What's something I would never do again?
Yeah.
It'd probably be, like, eat something random. Like, I, like, ate, like, jellyfish one time, and it was like, "No, I would never do that again." Like,
Jellyfish.
I don't know why that was the first thing that came to my mind. Yeah, I've tried jellyfish. Don't eat that.
Hey, it's
Not supposed to be consumed.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
Eat
Yeah,
things
that
that are meant to be consumed. That's a lesson for you.
okay. And the final question, I think this question is the true heart of the show. But anyway,
Okay.
what is one piece of advice you wish someone told you at the start of your journey?
No. Um, be gentle with yourself and be kind to yourself and take your time. There's no rush. There's
Yeah.
literally no rush. Like, things are always gonna be there. People are always gonna be there. Take your time.
For real. For
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Mickey, man, I appreciate you so much, sis. Thank you for
Oh,
joining us.
big love. Thank you.
But let the people know, where can they find you? Where can they find your work? Let them know what it is, where it is.
So on the grams and the socials, I am at Mickeylicious, period, and that's pretty much it on all platforms.
Dope.
Yeah.
As always, we put it in the description, so make sure to check out Mickey online, follow her journey, because yeah, when she takes off, you want to say you were there from the beginning. Um, and yeah, you're definitely on the runway to taking off. So like I said, I'm very excited for you, sis. I can't wait.
Appreciate you. Big love, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, that was another episode of Before We Take Off, and that is it for season 1. We'll be back very soon with season 2. More guests, more vibes right here on the launch pad. But until then, you all stay wonderful. I'm Mufaro. This is Mickey, and you're all beautiful as always. Thank you for joining us.
You know what? We about to take off.